What's up, beautiful people? Jay here from Jay's Way, back with another shop review. This is shop review number 19. I'll move my head out of the way here. And if you wanted to get your shop reviewed, you can come to this post here in my group. It's Jay's Way Print on Demand. Look for that post and come down here, and we are doing shop review number 19 today. It's Vic Sands Designs. I will have a disclaimer down below in the description that says that I'm not guaranteeing any kind of success or anything like that. A lot of it is going to end up being on how much action you take. Let's get right into it. We're going to go over first impressions. I'm going to look at your design, and I'm also going to analyze a listing in terms of SEO, and we'll hopefully get you kind of on track for something that you can implement maybe this weekend or in the next couple of days to get on the right track if we're not already there. First thing I see is Vic Sands Designs. What does it mean? It's not, I always steer people away from using their names if it's your name in here, because if your name is something famous and you have a following, then use it. If it's not famous and you don't have a following, then don't use it. Are you Jean-Paul Gaultier? Are you Ralph Lauren? Are you any of those people that have built your name in a fashion type industry? If not, no one's going to know to look for it, and it's going to be an impossible name for people to, remember. And whenever you add designs or creations or crafts at the end of your business name, it screams perpetual hobby. It screams crafting. It does not scream professional business, right? That said, I would, take a look at that kind of thing, maybe rethink this. If you are going to keep it as is, that's also fine. I wouldn't make your logo here prominent though, because nobody knows what it is anyway. Make your products kind of prominent. So what am I seeing? Oklahoma, and it's hard to read what that says. People are going to be shopping on their phones. Like 70% of my searches come from mobile device. So keep that in mind when you're creating stuff like this, because no one's going to be able to read or make out what this says when they're looking, on mobile, right? And even that, I'm, less than 18 inches away from my laptop screen here, and it's hard to tell what this says. This design works best with city spelt with an O. So you're already creating a barrier to a design that I think isn't going to scream by me right away. You want to make this as easy as possible. A World's Best Nana, I got Mooned or something. So we're kind of all over the place. Looks like you're catering to all kinds of people here, which I think is going to lead you into a path of burnout, because I'm seeing 251 listed items and 17 sales. So you need to stop what you're doing right now, because you're not making sales. So what you're doing is not working. So stop doing more of the same. Unless you've obviously pivoted recently, I don't know, but I would completely stop and rethink what you're doing before you get too far into it. So first things first, we got t-shirts, we got solar eclipse in the sections here. So you've got a niche, you've got a demographic, you've got seasonal items, mom and mother figures, then you've got gnomes, drinkware, we've got products now. So these sections need to be either products. If you're a niche shop, you can have all different products, or sub niches, but you do not want to have products, niches, demographics all in there, because why would t-shirts not also be for children? And in holiday celebrations, do people not buy t-shirts for those? Sports related, you have one item in a section. So you've got about 8 seconds before people tend to bounce from one website page to another, less so on a mobile device because they're scrolling faster than that. And you've got 3 seconds to secure that checkout. So people within 3 seconds will know if they're going to buy it or not. So having all kinds of confusing elements here in terms of like drinkware, mugs and tumblers, are they not home accessories? Coffee related items, is that not mugs, if anything, right? Matching family shirts, also not in t-shirts. So you're all over the place. You need to probably start with knowing who your ideal customer is going to be. If you can't choose a niche, you can at least kind of decide who you want to maybe target with an overall target audience. And a way to do that is to download my ideal customer workbook that I'll link to down below in the description, or you can go to jaysway.works and sign up for my emails there, and you'll see an option for my free ideal customer workbook. I would suggest starting there. because you're all over the place and you are going to burn out if you're just trying to play a numbers game without any kind of direction. Okay, so using 𝗖𝗢𝗗𝗘 Sidekick here. It's 𝗖𝗢𝗗𝗘's new tool is the Chrome extension, which is pretty awesome here. So for search volume here, you can see if I hover, it says search volume or ever searches. Astrology shirt is being searched. Solar eclipse shirts, there's less than 100 searches. So there are people searching for this stuff. I'm selling a lot of it on Amazon merch, but I don't know if it's going to be as big on Etsy. It is nice that you can customize the stuff. Right now, it's telling me that there's not a lot of search volume. I expect that to pick up in the next like 3 weeks, so good on you for having that. This I can tell already that it's going to be way too much for people to read. You don't need to put your logo here. Nobody's going to steal your images, and if they do, it's really easy to get rid of that anyway. This kind of things, shop policies, it's okay to have. It's just a lot of stuff that nobody's going to read, and if you have anything here about no refunds, yeah, we're unable to accept refunds. This is the negative stuff, is stuff that I wouldn't kind of put out there because it's more of a barrier for somebody, for example, who might be on the fence about buying. Just leave it out. Care instructions are always good. This stuff, it's hard to see what is going on here. So be conscious of this stuff. Like, blow this stuff up so people can see. It's impossible to read what this says. This design works best with state spelled with. It doesn't have to. You can just make the eclipse behind it and put the word on top. Problem solved. Then you don't have to give customers another barrier. It's impossible to read what these say, and it's not even what your main design is. So I don't know what they're doing in here. The colors, you're gonna want high contrast colors here. So when you start introducing gradients, it creates a little bit of a muddiness, and it's not very easy on the eyes. You want white on black, high contrast, kind of like what you have here. I would also move your size charts to the second or third photo, just because nobody's going to scroll anywhere past any of this stuff. It's just so much information that nobody's gonna actually read, and nobody cares about the print process. So I'm just gonna read what it says. In order to ensure that the printed area will not peel and remain vibrant after several washes, don't tell people or suggest that if they don't take care of it, it may not remain vibrant and it may peel. Get rid of this slide entirely. It's just creating, more friction when there is otherwise no need. You have a lot of eclipse stuff. What happens if it doesn't sell? It's a lot of wasted effort. Oh, it's a Hindu color. Oh, right, the Hindu color holiday or festival. That's I've seen that with paint and all kinds of stuff, and everybody's in the bright colors. It looks like it's actually so much fun, but you're all over the place. So the first biggest takeaway is to niche down. Like I said, try to define your ideal customer, figure out what it is who they are, what they're gonna look for. This is going to burn you out. So before you go any further, maybe niche down and then redrop your shop in further down the list. You're definitely going to want to get some kind of linear thought process here. The designs need work, high contrast. It's impossible to read what this says, at a glance. Yeah, I think there's lots you can work on here. I'll leave a link down below for 25% off the pro subscription to 𝗗𝗘 if you want to use it, but there is also a free version that you can try for your designs going forward. Got a ton of Christmas. Yeah, so you're gonna want to niche down, because if you're only doing seasonals or holidays, you're only gonna sell around those times. The odd Christmas shirt does sell year round, but it's not enough to bank on, right? And your holy festival, it's not year round, and it seems like you've just done, and then solar eclipse now. What happens after April? It's not going to sell, next year or the year after. You've got a bunch of work here that is not going to give you long-term growth. That's the problem. So I would definitely niche down. Let's look at your reviews really quickly. Tony, just like the picture seller, was great. Okay, good. So you've sold one. Hopefully that continues to sell. We ordered a custom shirt for our baby. This is great. That looks good. Vendor follow-up and checked. That's awesome. So the reviews, for the most part, are really good, really cute. And you don't have any patterns for what people are. Biker son. Yeah, all over the place. So biker. Is the biking, a biker, something you know? Because if so, then you can, go down that road, right? You could be selling, Hindu-related stuff that people do celebrate North America also, that could potentially build a customer base for you, right? If it's 𝗗𝗘𝗗𝗘 and it's another Hindu holiday, why are they on white kids, right? So maybe there's just no brown kids, unfortunately. But if that's the thing, like, yeah, J-Ho, okay. So make sure that you're using the appropriate demographic too, right? So just make it make sense. But yeah, I think there's a lot you can do here pretty quickly to get going on the right path. The big one is going to be choosing what niche you want to be selling in. Pick a subject matter that you know more of than most people in the room. If you're in a room wherever you live and you're at a dinner function or something, or somebody's like birthday party, what is the subject matter of the 10 or 15 people in that room that you know more of or more about than other people? That will tell you exactly, at least one or two options for sure to start with. Bonus points if you can kind of cross niche them or overlap them a bit, but that'll tell you where to start your focus, because you can make t-shirt designs, honestly, for absolutely any niche on the planet, and it will probably sell. Otherwise, stop adding different products until you nail down one product. Do one thing really well before you start, spreading your wings and going elsewhere. If a design happens to take off, then you can add it to different products that make sense for that design. So that's it. Thanks for having the courage for dropping your shop down. It takes a lot of guts to do it. Please know that this is all coming from a place of constructive criticism and love, because I want to see you put in the right amount of work to see your shop grow. So thanks so much, Perua. We'll see what happens with your shop, and hopefully you can, make some changes and drop it down further down the list for a follow-up review.